Sports. Stay for one of his classic impressions.
Vamos, papi.
Is Raymond Green right that his Snapchat incident will propel him to the next level as a basketball player?
What a producer contrivance. We want an excuse to talk about this story on Snapchat. Draymond Green again involved in another incident involving a package, this time his own, this time claiming again that he's been hacked, and we're talking about it as next level as a basketball player. No, he's got to mature off the court so he can stay out of these situations, but this has next to nothing to do with basketball. He continues to get in trouble off the court.
First of all, congratulations, for we've all lived long enough to see the phrase penis picture on the front page of ESPN.com. Now, with Draymond, I would make the argument that this is not an issue of immaturity. Dude hit the wrong button. At some point, people are going to have to get used to the fact that in the 21st century, people do stuff like this, right? Like, looking out, DeMarcus Cousins is joking with him about this in practice. We got some of this footage. Like, it's just something you're going to get laughed at about for slipping.
Yeah.
But it ain't the end of the world.
But it keeps happening to him. He put on Snapchat that he was driving 118 miles an hour, too. That's also...
Now, that's different, right? Like, that's a problem. See, here's Draymond's mistake. Draymond's mistake was that he went with the hack story to begin with.
Again.
Yeah, right. You can't go to the hack story. People would have respected it if he started where he closed this, which was, hey, man, I just got caught slipping. People can relate to you getting caught slipping.
I just love that it's such a common part of their workday that as they train for the Olympics as the dream team, they're just sitting around shooting and talking about that little scandal you've got.
Can I say something to Draymond?
Sure.
Hey, Draymond, you're doing it all wrong. You got to have the second account for that stuff. You know, you got to have account one, a clean one, and account two, a different type of account.
You just got a smartphone like 2 weeks ago.
Use Alden Smith's.
Did Michael Bennett really need to apologize to Cam Newton for his taking the dollars comments?
Michael Bennett has become the most outspoken player in the NFL. Now, over the weekend, he had some things to say at training camp about NFL players, visible NFL players, and their role in discussing issues of social change. By the way, while wearing a T-shirt that said Black Lives Matter, because Michael Bennett ain't scared.
Most of the players in the NFL are black, 80% of them. But a lot of things in the NFL is so broken. You don't see a lot of great players talking about things socially, whether it's Peyton Manning and Aaron Rodgers. All these guys, they're white. They don't have to deal with the things that we deal with as black players. So here in the NFL, the greatest players are in the forefront of the movement, whether it's the CBA, whether it's things that's going on with trying to change the way, concussions. The greatest players are involved, like LeBron James and Chris Paul and all these guys. Our great players are sitting back just taking the dollars, whether it's Cam Newton, all these guys. They're not really on the forefront of trying to change what's going on.
Now, see, Cam Newton was the pull quote out of this one because he threw his name in there seemingly out of nowhere. He had to apologize for that, and he should have, because he doesn't know what Cam Newton does or does not do for the community. But don't bury the lead here. His larger point about the most visible players in the NFL, and specifically mentioning Peyton Manning and Aaron Rodgers and the fact that white guys aren't asked to do these things, that I think is a lot more interesting than what he had to say about Cam Newton.
And this is one of the reasons I think this locker room is so interesting. If he wants to go after someone by name, there is someone in his own locker room he can go after by name who has taken a different side to this. Richard Sherman. He can mention him by name, and we can have an interesting discussion that I don't think either one of them would mind having.
He did it last year, didn't he?
Is Antonio Brown right that the Steelers should show him more money?
Oh, we got some breaking news around here, Bomani. Papi is at the end of his contract. He's thinking about holding out. He's got a lot of leverage. Antonio Brown, what happened? Antonio Brown, he's at the end of his contract. Antonio Brown has got a lot of leverage, too, because the last couple of years he has had two of the best seasons we've ever seen from a wide receiver. But he doesn't have that much leverage because he's still under contract. And here's the thing that the Steelers, I believe, are going to do. They're going to give him a little bit of money. They're not going to give him all the leverage. They're going to do something to placate him because he's a little underpaid this year, and that way they're going to have some leverage when it comes up, and they're also going to have a happier player.
But let's be clear, though. Antonio Brown could have a little more leverage if he was willing to stay at home. He is not willing to stay at home in this situation, so all he can really do is ask nice, but he does make a good point. If I underperform, I get cut. If I overperform, you should show me the money, and if you're 28 years old like Antonio Brown is, you got to get that money as soon as you possibly can. But the Steelers don't have to give it to him, so they're going to give him a little now, and then down the line, if he's lucky, they'll break the bank.
A lot of people look at this and say, hey, you signed a contract. You should agree to what it is that you've agreed to and just play it out and not hold out. But Bomani just pointed that out. If he were underperforming, they would simply release him, and the contract wouldn't be worth anything. That's why you do something in the middle. Oh, yeah. See,
what are you doing?
That's a man who's got leverage, brother.
What are you doing?
I'm not saying anything more until I get paid. That's it.
We're in trouble. We are in trouble if he holds out.
I think I'll be all right, though.
Should Ryan Tannehill be totally confident that Peyton Manning is in Dolphins camp to mentor him and not steal his job?
Yes, this is the 5th year that we go into a camp with the Dolphins asking, gee, do we know if Ryan Tannehill is actually any good or not? But we're here, and now he has Peyton Manning helping him out. Manning has a place down here. He used to play for Adam Gase, the new Dolphins head coach, so he's working with Ryan Tannehill. I can't imagine a scenario under which Peyton Manning is coming back to play. If for no other reason, then Peyton Manning is not coming back to be 7-9, because I don't know anything about the Dolphins except they're going to go 7-9, because you know what they do? They go 7-9.
This is a link to Adam Gase. Adam Gase is friends with Peyton Manning. Peyton Manning, you'd like to have him around for his knowledge, but Bomani pointed something out at the start of this here. 5th year of Ryan Tannehill. Whole lot of folks have gotten fired trying to make Ryan Tannehill better, and Gase chose from among bad jobs, chose this one because the job is to make Ryan Tannehill better. He will be a good coach if he makes Ryan Tannehill better, and that will come with the help of Peyton Manning, his friend, because he's pulling out all the stops, as everyone has the last 5 years, trying to make Ryan Tannehill better.
Oh, I think that you guys got it all wrong. I think that Peyton Manning is thinking about coming back, and he says, let me check a couple of clinics in Miami where they have that good stuff, you know. I'm telling you, that's the real reason he's down here. It's not because of training camp and the full training.
How would he look around for those clinics? How would he look around for them?
He'll go like that, you know.
It's always funny.
Coming up next on Highly Questionable, that's a big catcher, you know. I wouldn't fool around with him.
That is a big catcher. 3-2 pitch.
Oh.
Oh! Oh! He was happy.
Good God.
What did he say?
Hold on. Let's just stop and appreciate how far they went.
Time to play the game that is single and ready to mingle. Do you question?
Tequila shots ain't for mingling, buddy. You give us topics and events, and we question them.
Do you question with Billy Butler?
All right, we got the A's and the Indians. There's an issue here with framing pitches. So let's run the clip so I can find out which team Billy Butler plays for.
Pitches by the 5th inning.
Oh, he's the hitter. Okay, he plays for the A's.
So I used to try to take as many pitches as I could, and then behind me we all did the same
like a
thing.
strike.
But again, when I get on base, just hitting them all in the stands, and it's pretty fun.
All right.
Well, if not cookies, they were falling behind, and then if they wanted to pitch to the guy, they had to come in with a pitch, and and that's what speed does to a defense and to a pitcher.
Oh, you start chatting with the catcher, but what? I mean, everybody does that. What's he upset about?
Just thinking about hitting the ball at the ballpark. They're
Let's
not
see.
focusing on what they need
talking
to do.
back.
And
That's
you even
Jimenez.
got the small guys trying to hit the ball at the ballpark. Right. Take pitches, get on. Make it
And
tough,
he's got a bat.
make it easier for
I know
the
you're
guys
covered in
behind you,
equipment and
but
armor,
tough.
catcher.
I don't think he is at all concerned with the pitch at this point.
Yeah.
That's a big catcher, you know. I wouldn't fool around with him.
That is a big catcher.
But I don't know what it was.
3-2 pitch.
Oh.
Oh! Oh! He was happy.
Good God.
What did he
Good.
say?
Hold on. Let's just stop and appreciate how far they went. And let's see where the respect for the game all-stars are on this one, because there's no respect for the game right here, and it damn sure ain't no respect for Jimenez.
Oh,
Woo!
he went and told him something. He told the first baseman something. He told the second baseman something.
And either he took his precious time or he's the slowest man in Major League Baseball.
He's pretty slow.
I think that we have our answer right here. You just don't with Billy Butler, that's all.
Yeah, we didn't really answer the question. We were just, he's right. Yeah, he's right.
I thought the answer was understood.
Do you question if these kids should ask for their money back?
I mean, it's not like they paid themselves. They're children, but this is the Michael Jordan Flight School that we're going to. It's a lot of kids packed in this gym, as you'll see. And here's the bet. If Chris Paul makes all 5 shots that he's taking, the whole gym gets free shoes.
We're betting among kids.
I mean, Michael Jordan's Flight School.
Okay.
You don't come to Michael Jordan Flight School to not bet.
That's his 3rd shot. He already made the first 2, so that's his 3rd.
There's Uncle Mike.
go. There's his fourth. And here's the fifth. Shoes for everybody if he makes it.
Oh.
And there's the guy who's never been out of the second round.
Oh, that's messed up.
Right there.
That's messed up. You didn't have to go there. Now, if Michael Jordan misses 3 or more shots, the whole gym gets shoes. How do you think this is going to go?
Wait a minute. How did Michael Jordan get odds on shooting?
Let me tell you what's not going to matter, I bet. These odds. Oh, he rolled it to him. That's an old school trick right there. Mike from the elbow, wop. Mike from the other elbow, wop. Mike from 3, wop. Mike from the wig, wop. Mike from the top, wop. Mike from the free throw line with Chris Paul's hand in his face, wop.
Yeah. He might as well on that last one have taken Chris Paul and thrown him through the hoop.
Yeah, your friendly reminder that Michael Jordan is A, the most competitive person on earth, and B, quite possibly the cheapest.
Well, he didn't have the money to buy the shoes, eh? Probably was a rough week at the tables.
He really needed to win.
Do you question Luke's sanity?
Luke is 42 years old. Luke has a family. Luke got the bright idea to jump without a parachute.
They got the helmet on. Boy,
to be clear, whatever his head was like in the first place clearly ain't that great, because look what his head came up with. I'm going to jump out this plane without a parachute.
If he had missed that net, that helmet would have ended up bouncing a mile into the sky.
Mexillo, some way free breezy, yo, and tell my people shmur that team in yo. Mishko the body about the week ago. From the Clevelander Hotel on beautiful South Beach, Miami. Time for another one of my seductive interview medleys.
They're not terribly seductive, but they're just some interviews that we've done over the weeks and months. Here are some of the best bits from those interviews. You're reluctant to talk about it, but yet I don't think you see the smile that's creeping on your face as you think about it.
Because there were some fun times. We did stupid stuff. All right, I'm going to admit one. Well, there may be a statute of limitations, but
yes,
one time.
Let's go.
We decide we're going to go to Key West. Well, you would think from Miami to Key West is a short trip, but it's still a pretty long way. Okay, so we're going to get up early one morning and go. Well, we can't sleep. We say, okay, let's just go in the middle of the night. So we drive through the night. We get there. Long story short, we get thrown off the beach. We're trying to sleep on the beach, save money. But in the end, the very last thing we did, we went to the southernmost point of the continental United States of America. And there was a sign that actually said that. Something Beach, the most southern point in the continental United States. And somehow we decided that would look good in our apartment. And
that's a landmark.
We took it, we borrowed it, and we put it on top of our gremlin. We had a gremlin. And we're like, how are we going to tie this down? We said, let's take our shoelaces. So we took our shoelaces, tied it down. It lasted about 30 miles. And then we had to just jam it in the car and take it to the apartment. And we did. We placed it above our couch. And then we used to have room checks, okay? So here's Howard Schnellenberger coming in to do room check. And he sees this sign. He's like, where in the hell did you get that?
That's a good Schnellenberger impersonation.
Yeah, so anyway, that was just a taste of our stupidity.
Hold on. What'd you tell him?
What did you tell him? Where did you get that?
I don't know, man. We didn't have much of a good answer for him. But I could promise you that sign didn't last another 5 minutes on the wall. We were done with that. So, but it was a memory. It was a good one.
It's now at Schnellenberger's house. He's got it up there.
Yeah, I'm going to get indicted now or whatever.
Well, Jim, can you teach me some of your dance move?
Hey, only if we can do the salsa, right? You got it?
The salsa? I'll teach you salsa.
There you go.
Oh, God,
you teach me.
For the love of God. Here we go.
All right, the salsa. Talk about you going down the aisle. Pick
All
one.
right.
There you go.
I mean,
Come on, Jim. Come on, get up your seat. Go.
He's not
you got to move the hips.
He's not moving anything. He's not moving anything at all.
This is good stuff.
Strike three.
See you later, Coach. See you later.
Time to play the game that is the best pound-for-pound host at this table. See or no?
You tell us what to watch on television tonight. We tell you if we're intrigued or not. Did we all point at Bomani?
Yeah, y'all got too many pounds.
On ESPN, Yankees and Mets.
Wow, he said that with a lack of enthusiasm. This used to be something that people would enjoy. Subway Series, remember that? Now, here's Wilmer Flores. They're in a game recently. They're down 7-2. He hits what looks like a home run against the Rockies. Look at all the enthusiasm in the seats there. And, yeah, that fan gets in the way. Yeah, that is not a home run. It is a home run. We're going to have to review that.
By the way, the Mets are down 7-2.
And is that the way that, yeah, no. What is he? Okay, yeah, you're out. No for you. You just, that kid was trash talking, and the home run doesn't count. Bomani, are you intrigued?
I wish that outfielder would have jumped up that wall and snatched that kid by the finger and tried to yank it out of socket. Put your finger in somebody's face. What's wrong with you? How were you raised? You're embarrassing your parents on television with your disrespect.
But I think we probably would have gotten on that player if he had harmed a fan.
I
but
wouldn't
it's fun
have.
to think about. Okay.
I'd have bought his jersey.
All right, there you go. Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. But listen, if you're going to be a fan and grab a ball, you got to use a different finger.
Bruce aboard and beat on a fastball on a 2-0 pitch, trying to blow that one into the seats. And caught by a fan.
Well within his rights on that one.
The ball was in the stands.
And there it is.
Yeah.
Bang! There's the punctuation. There it is.
Like, people just think they won't get hit in the face for this stuff. It's so amazing.
On WGN, Marlins and Cubs.
Yeah, both teams worth watching here. Also something worth watching. John Lester is one of the worst hitters in the history of our most historic sport. The other day he was put in, for some reason, as a pinch hitter. How'd that go?
So worst case, you want that runner still in scoring position.
Oh, wow. You've got to be kidding me. A surprise squeeze bunt from a guy who simply cannot hit. Oh, my God, what a terrible way to lose. John Lester, a career 51 hitter, and there the cliched celebration of a fire extinguisher in the face. Bomani, are you intrigued?
The crazy thing is, at this point, John Lester laying down that bunt wasn't nearly as surprising as Jason Hayward hitting that ball to the wall to get to second base to start this whole thing.
Jason Hayward got to third? How did that happen? Poppy, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued because nobody thought that Lester could pull that squeeze play, you know? I'm telling you something that is something for the history books, you know? He pulled it off. What a hell. That was a hell of a play, a squeeze play. I hadn't seen that in about 45 years.
45 years?
Yeah.
45 years.
That's very rare in baseball.
It happened last week. What are you talking
about? Very rare. You know, I got to watch more baseball.
Yeah, he's got to watch more.
He just said he hadn't seen a squeeze play since Cuba. Like, he thought it was just this Cuban thing until now.
Right. He hasn't seen a squeeze play in baseball in 45 years because he hasn't watched baseball in 45 years.
Technicality.
Technicality.
On ABC, the season finale of The Bachelorette.
Are you looking at me like that?
Oh, go yourself. Show the clip.
I'm torn. When I'm with Robbie, I think of Jordan. And I'm with Jordan, I think of Robbie. I want the type of man I would always be able to trust.
Give me your word. You will never break my daughter's heart.
I love your daughter so much.
I'm a bit concerned.
What are you talking about?
Hear me out.
You're not picking someone to be your New Year's Eve date. I think you got to think about all the different components that come into a marriage. Kids, house, husband.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was really disappointed. It makes me doubt if you're really ready.
I don't know.
I don't know if you really are ready for an engagement.
I want you to walk away from here confident.
I woke up this morning and something just didn't feel right.
I don't know.
I mean, all of these clips feel the same every time you guys show them to me. Bomani, are you intrigued?
So let me get this straight. When she with one of the dudes, she think of the other one. When she with the other one, she think of the first one. But she's worried about if she can trust them?
Papi, are you intrigued?
Oh, see, I'm very intrigued. But you listen, is Aaron Rodgers going to be rooting for his brother? That was his brother there. Is he going to be happy that his brother finally found true love? That's what a good brother is all about, no?
If there is a wedding involving Jordan Rodgers, there's a better chance that I'll be singing with the band than Aaron Rodgers will be there in a suit.
I'm going to be dancing back up. I'm going to be dancing back up as Bomani sings.
We got to get this on the road.
Let's go.
That's all the time we have for today. Thank you for watching.
We'll talk to you tomorrow. Always appreciate you watching.
Gracias. See you mañana.
Are you ready for this rose ceremony? What? Here is.
Oh, I win?
Yeah.
I get it.
Here, Bomani.
They got me.